The airplane cleaner stole my AirPods. I flew through Houston in February on a layover to Phoenix. Somewhere between wedging my carry-on into the overhead bin and shuffling off the plane, my AirPods Pro slipped out of my jacket pocket. Sage green silicone case, a little scuffed on one corner. I didn't notice they were gone until I was already through security on the other side, patting my pockets like an idiot. I filed a lost item report with United right there in the terminal. Flight number, seat 14C, description of the case, all of it. I also opened Find My on my phone, turned on Lost Mode, and typed in my cell number so whoever found them could call me. Then I boarded my connecting flight home to Arizona, figuring it would sort itself out in a day or two. It didn't sort itself out, but Find My kept working. That night I opened the app just to check, half expecting the dot to be sitting in a lost and found bin somewhere. Instead it was moving, slow little hops across the tarmac, into a building near the gates that I later figured had to be an employee area, maybe lockers. I emailed United a screenshot, telling them exactly where the case was sitting, down to the room. I got back a canned reply saying they'd look into it. Nothing happened, so I kept watching. Over the next day, the dot left the airport. It went to an apartment complex off Beltway 8, sat there overnight, then went back to the airport the next afternoon, then back to the apartments, back and forth, like clockwork. I wrote down the times, 2 shifts over 3 days, always the same loop, always the same building. I emailed United again, this time with the address and the pattern. I wasn't trying to get anyone fired, I just wanted them to connect the dots internally, pull the person aside, maybe get my headphones back in a padded envelope. United's answer, when it finally came, was that since the AirPods had left airport property, there was nothing they could do. If I wanted to pursue it, I needed to file a police report with Houston PD. I live 400 miles away in Arizona. I have never even been to a Houston police station, let alone had a reason to walk into one. They closed the claim 2 days later like it was a ticket about a delayed bag, not an employee pocketing a stranger's headphones off the seat of a plane. I let it go, sort of. I stopped emailing, but I never turned off Find My, and I never stopped checking the little map every few days out of habit. I use Find My constantly, for my keys, for an AirTag on my bike, for my kid's backpack. So checking on a lost pair of AirPods was just muscle memory at that point. A few days after United closed the claim, I saw it. Earbuds out of case. Whoever had them was wearing them right then. I sat on my couch, opened the app, tapped the little speaker icon, and hit play sound. I don't know exactly what it sounds like inside someone's ear canal at full volume, but Apple doesn't build these things quiet. It's a rising chirp that gets louder and more insistent the longer nobody taps it off. I pictured someone standing in a hallway or walking to their car, both ears suddenly screaming at once. The dot on my screen sat still for a second, then it snapped back into the case icon, fast, like they'd yanked them out and shoved them away. That became my thing. Whenever I happened to check the app and saw the earbuds out of the case, I hit play, sometimes once a week, sometimes 3 days in a row. Always the same result, a jolt, then the case snapping shut like the earbuds were on fire. I started keeping a mental tally sometime around spring. By summer, I'd lost count somewhere past 40. If they just called the number I left in Find My when they found them, I would have mailed them $20 and told them to go buy their own pair off Amazon. I'm not looking to ruin anybody's week, but they didn't call. They kept the AirPods, wore them on the drive to their shift, probably wore them on shift too, and let a stranger eat the cost of a $180 pair because United decided a lost item stops being anyone's problem the second it clears the jet bridge. So I kept hitting the button. Every time those buds came out of that sage green case, I was somewhere on my couch 400 miles away, ready. I don't know their name and I never will. I just know their ears have to be ringing pretty good by now, because every single time, they shove those AirPods back into the case within about 2 seconds flat, like they finally learned not to trust their own headphones. I'm not stopping until they're gone for good, or until they finally figure out why their favorite pair of stolen AirPods keeps screaming in the middle of a quiet apartment parking lot.